I've decided to take my work back underground to stop it falling into the wrong hands.
What up, Buzz fam? We back with another Beers and Bars album reaction. We got Prodigy on the track. I'm Casey.
Yo, this is Court. Man, what an opener. Oh my goodness.
Yo, the way that just came in was crazy. Crazy. Man, we gotta bring it back down to earth over here, Buzz fam.
Dude.
So y'all weren't lying when you told us we needed to get Prodigy back over here, spin him back up, and get into the
Man, that instrumental was
Jilted
insane.
Generation.
Oh my goodness.
Indeed, Buzz fam. So it's been a minute since we did the last Prodigy album up there, right?
Yeah.
Made the top shelf. Super fire.
Definitely.
If you guys are new here, welcome to the Buzz Fam. Just know that we do cut up albums over here on YouTube because otherwise they get blocked for copyright. So we cut it up. If you want the uncut version, it's going to be over on the Patreon. So go hit the description down below, hit the link, and it'll bring you over to the Patreon. You can check out the full uncut version, jam out with us.
Yeah.
We got every album that you see on the wall and plenty more that we've reacted to over there as well. So pretty good deal. We got some new merch, Buzz Fam.
Yes, we do.
So we got some new glasses with the engraving.
Like Scotch glasses, though.
Indeed,
you know.
beers and bars. We're working on beer glasses, Buzz Fam, and shipping options for you guys out there in the UK. But appreciate you guys continuing to support the channel, helping us out, letting us know what else we need to be checking out. So make sure to drop a comment down below. But without further ado,
we're about to get into Their Law.
Their Law.
Pop will eat itself.
Uh-oh. Well, let's do it, Buzz Fam. Right, welcome if you're new here.
Total lack of respect for the law.
Okay. Ooh. Yo, this is dope. Like Metallica kind of vibe.
Oh yeah, man, right? And they kind of sound like that New Jack Swing type of, drum beat right now too.
Keep it going. Yeah, he's chopping it up. Yo, that one's fire, Bus Fam.
Yo, man, it's just like, yeah, man, just like how you were saying, like a little mix in between Metallica, and then I was hearing like some of that New Jack Swing type stuff in there. Kind of almost like made me want to, you know, step up and just start doing like the Running Man or something like that, man. You know, like it took me back to, you know, like when people used to wear like the diaper pants and, you know, and like the big old flat tops and stuff like that, man. You know, that's what it used to, I mean, see, that's what that percussion like reminded me of though.
And I like some like sound the alarm kind of vibes too coming in there, like with that right? Like, and I love how they like can flip a beat and like switch it up and like make it all like crazy. It's super dope that they're able to just like, they're really in like a lane of their own.
Yeah, man, like they really are, man. Dude, it's just like this music, man, for real, man. It's just, yeah, like they definitely like created lane though, you know, for others, you know, to kind of like, whatever, like get motivation from though, you know, to, you know, hey, create their own and stuff like that, man. But yeah, man, this is just insane. It's
pretty nuts just how like unique they were able to make their sound. Like there was like nobody else is making like music like this, right?
Yeah,
they're kind of like in like we're saying in a lane of their own.
Yeah, man.
It's pretty impressive.
And this was 1994 too.
1994.
At that too.
Drink, Bus Fam.
Yep.
If you know, you know. If you don't know, ask somebody in the comments.
Yeah. So we about to go full throttle with this one right here.
Full throttle like a water bottle.
Real.
Not expecting that. Yeah.
Dang.
Dude. Like what?
Man.
Like
what was going through their minds? Like when, we just gonna get this sound right here. We're gonna put this together and we're gonna designing percussions like this, and then we're going to, you know,
That
man,
yeah, I know. Dude,
thanks
like,
to this stuff, man.
like
Yeah.
you can feel it in your bones, like you know what I
Yes,
mean. It's like one of those
exactly.
sounds that like kind of just sticks with you,
Mhm.
and I can totally see why people were like vibing out to this in the '90s, just like getting lit.
Hell yeah,
like,
man.
like pouring up over
Hell
there.
yeah, definitely. I can see that. I can
Yo,
see that.
so Buzz fam, you're gonna have to let us know in the comments, like, what is your favorite Prodigy track,
Yeah.
and like what like turned you on to Prodigy? Like how did you guys get to the point in which you were like, oh, I gotta see them, or this is like the moment, like, oh, I heard that and I was like, oh, I
Yeah.
need to see more of that, because like it seems like because they were so like original and new that it would be difficult to like pop out on the scene
Yeah.
and then get people to not only that, but then get people to go to a concert in which you don't really sing, you know, like
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, I don't know, but like in a way, I guess like their concerts probably like some big time like freaking club vibe then, man, because you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
maybe
it's like you could go to a club and just like have this playing, you know, and like and people would just be like dancing on the dance floor like it ain't nothing. Like they ain't
Actually-
caring about like no words or nothing like that. They'll just be, you know, like you know what I mean?
now when you say that, it actually makes me think that maybe I got it backwards in my head, because I normally think of like artists that rap or sing or whatever, they make a song and then they go tour it. Whereas maybe in this case, they're just in clubs making music, and then people are coming to see them, and then they turn that into songs,
Yeah.
and then they sell the songs based on what people have already heard in the clubs. Like it's like
Probably,
a
yeah.
backwards kind of vibe,
Yeah.
as opposed to like what we think of, like, oh, I just dropped a new album, right? I'm going on tour to tour my new album, and everybody can come sing along, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas like this is more of like you went to a Prodigy show, or you went to a show and it had Prodigy there, and maybe like some other like big name artist, right?
Yeah.
And then like you heard them, and then you went out and bought their CD afterwards because like you liked what you heard, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Buzzfam, you're gonna have to let us know in the comments down below. We're gonna flip the disc right here, and then we're gonna get right back into it. So see you in a second.
Yep.
Got them Voodoo People. I think we did this one, Buzzfam. So if you want to see the pause version of the reaction,
Yeah.
I can see them up there getting people like clapping over
Yeah.
here. Like Sammy Bar.
The voodoo, hoodoo, what you don't dare do, people.
Got that jazz flute. The harmonica.
The voodoo, hoodoo, what you don't dare do, people.
God, that's so smooth.
And then Terry Crews off the white chicks, man.
Yeah.
He's like
Boom, boom.
damn. Yeah.
Yo, that song right there had to birth like a whole couple genres of music, like in itself,
Exactly,
like
man.
like the vibes
Like the
at that
rave
point
music,
put on,
man,
yeah,
they
like
put
the
out.
electronica,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the like, and then like
Yeah.
some drum and bass. I feel like takes
Yeah,
like,
man.
like keynotes from that as well, like just
Yeah, man.
so
And
much.
I always wonder, man, and I think I've probably gotten some heat in the comments, though, you know,
I'm
about,
sure we
you
have.
know, how, you know, I was like thinking though, that drum and bass, you know, was probably one of the branches off of this, but I guess like drum and bass came out before this maybe, but it just kind of just
I don't know,
sounds
yeah.
like, I mean, I don't know.
Drum and bass was out before '94.
I mean, I don't know. Like that's what I thought I saw in the comments, though, you know, but
That could be.
I don't know, man. But it's just like I'm hearing Prodigy. I just like, kind of like felt like drum and bass kind of like branched
That's
off
what
of
I
this
feel
a
like.
little bit, though, you know, like you know what I mean?
Because I feel like this had like a little bit of element, like each one, right? And
Yeah.
then it's like all those trees like branched
Yeah.
out from like these
Mhm.
like roots like
Yeah.
coming in, right? Like
Yeah.
or had like little seeds and like little pockets. Like, oh,
Exactly.
I'm gonna take a little bit of
Exactly.
this. I'm gonna take a little bit of that.
Exactly.
And like they took pieces from what Prodigy was putting out, and then like turned it into like its own genre, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where like the electronica vibe isn't so much in like drum and bass, and
Yeah,
like
man.
vice versa and that kind of thing, right? Whereas like Prodigy's like mixing it all up, and it's
Yeah.
got like this like whole like intertwined kind of vibe,
Oh yeah.
and it's really cool to like get to go back and see it from like what does like
Mhm.
30 years or something at
Oh
this
yeah.
point. Like
yeah. Yeah, man. It's
we
insane,
getting
man.
old,
because,
bro.
because yo, man, I mean, like this music, I just think it's like timeless, man, because it's like I could still hear something like this. I
Mhm.
could still hear somebody creating something
Similar,
you know,
yeah.
like this, like today, you know. So
Or
really,
taking like inspiration at the bare
exactly,
minimum
man.
from it, right?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
and-
exactly.
and using that kind of thing, because we listened to that it was Fred again,
Yeah.
and Skepta like yesterday, and like
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, any of
Mhm.
that kind of stuff could have come or could have like
Yeah.
taken notes from like Voodoo People and
Yeah.
like Full Throttle and like some of these other
Exactly.
ones, right? Just like
Exactly.
coming in, and it's super cool to see that like 30 years later that they're
Yeah.
still going pretty strong.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
All right, what do we got next?
All right, so we got Speedway coming up next.
Speedway,
Theme for the fast lane.
life in the fast lane.
Mhm,
Truly about to lose my mind.
Yeah, so okay, so we're like about to go for like 8 minutes on this one.
8
like
minutes.
9 minutes. About to get, so yep. So let's do it.
Take a sip, Buzz fam. You're gonna need it. Hydrate. About to go fast. I need my driving gloves. Woo!
That was 9 minutes?
I don't know. I think that was the end of that one, Busman. If not, we're gonna just roll through the rest of it. But I think that was it. Yeah, that was crazy.
Dude, them elements, man, was insane.
That was crazy.
Them elements was insane, man. And it just, man. And I'm telling you what, man. It just gave me like so many new ideas, man. You know what I mean, bro? You know what I mean? Just like make, like one of them perfect, freaking, I mean, I don't even know what to even call this, man. Like they just have their own lane.
Is Prodigy making?
I can't call.
I'm kind of curious if Prodigy's still making music, but you're gonna have to help us out with that. Yeah. Because then, if they are, then I kind of want to see like what they do with some collabs, or do they do collabs? Right, kind of like what Prodigy did with Skepta, or like with some of the other artists that are out there.
That would be dope if somebody, like if some of those artists out there collab with them, like especially like the ones that we know that could just like really just like annihilate one of these tracks, man. Like it would just be explosive together, man.
Like that, like I could think of like Skepta or Jamie or anyone.
Yeah, I can think of
Rhyme Lords, right? But I also kind of think like Plan B could cook on it.
Yeah, but I think that Plan B could cook on it, man. I think that Ocean Wisdom could cook on it, man. I think that Dizzy Rascal, could cook on it,
Dizzy
man.
For sure.
Yeah, man. Oh shoot. Damn, it's just
Chip.
Oh man, like Chip was just like slaughter, man. Devlin would, just like any, yeah, man. It's a lot. It's like a long list of people though, So yeah, it would be nice if they're still making music, and like hopefully like they could like do some type of collaboration mashup album or something like that, man, with some of these great artists out there, man. But yeah. Oh, also check this out. YouTube has a cut version though, like look, if y'all want to get like the full uncut, for all of this, like for this reaction right here, join the Patreon though,
Indeed.
Full uncut versions. And also you get to see all the other Prodigy, full uncut.
Indeed. We got the other Prodigy album up there, a bunch of other albums over there.
Yeah.
And then if you want to help support the channel, go check out the beersandbars.shop merch store. We adding a bunch of new merch over there all the time. Go check some stuff out. But without further ado,
we about to get into that heat.
The heat.
Yeah, man. About to get into the heat. About to be on.
Getting hot in here. Yo, Buzz fam, it's getting hot out here in Maryland. I tell you what, we had this heat wave this week.
Hundo.
It's over 100 degrees every day. We out here sweating.
Hurting. Yeah.
Yeah, we trying to fly away.
Yes.
From the heat. Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Holy, rush the middle.
All right.
Explosive.
I'm gonna say this before getting like fully breaking it down. Like that I don't know why, but after a while I'm like, I don't want to hear that part anymore. They need to just remove this thing. Would have been perfect if they would have taken that. Those weird things that when you flip them over it goes like it has that weird noise and then you flip it back over and it makes the noise again. It sounded like one of those things but sped up. And I hate those things. I don't know why.
I really wasn't like hearing that. I mean, I don't know. I was maybe I was just I was just paying attention to like everything else that was going on.
Yeah, there. I mean,
so I just wasn't listening to that specifically, but I think maybe I don't know. Like when I hear it again, though, like I'll
because there was that thing. It's like worm, and it kept like, and so like at the first I was thinking like, okay, this is pretty dope, but it's giving me very different vibes in the rest of the album so far. Like it was giving me like some Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds kind of vibe, like right where it's like you definitely on LSD while listening to this thing. And then all of a sudden like the beat drop comes in, it switches it up and gets crazy. Then it does just a part where it just like almost only that which I didn't like, and I was like, I don't know if I like this song. And then it got rid of that and went straight into like the horror film kind of scene into more like Mortal Kombat, and then like picking it back up, but then it added that thing back in, and I was like, no.
Know what, man? Well, you know what? Well, maybe we got to think it's probably like one of the stars of the song. Maybe it's like the main, it's like the main featured element of the song, maybe.
That's probably true.
So that could probably be it right there. And also, like how you're talking about, how it doesn't sound like the rest of that album, I guess, or whatever. Like maybe, they're just introducing a different element, just like something different though, just something just to kind of, I guess, like maybe like go left for a second or whatever, or just, like something like that.
Yep. I just feel like because the songs are so long, like when you use an element like that, like
portion it though.
Right. Like once you like, because like if there's any element of a song that somebody doesn't like, and then the song's 6 minutes long and you keep hearing it, like repeat it over and over again, then it's going to turn them off. I feel like, which is what did it for me in this one, right? Like, it'd be like if there was like a specific part of a hook you didn't like in the song, like the rest of the song could be a banger, but if you don't like what they put on the hook, like it's gonna be a deal breaker for you,
Yeah.
Because like I liked a lot of the elements in this song, almost all of them, except for that one. But that one is like throughout 80% of the song, and it kills me. Yeah, maybe half the song.
So you're saying though, like when you have a certain element on the song that's gonna be played throughout, though, it has to be something that's catchy.
Or it's gotta,
or like something that's like so satisfying that like you're like, hey, this better not leave because I need to hear this because it's so good.
Like I need more cowbell.
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, it's got to be fitting in there like perfectly. Like that thing, I don't know. It felt like it was like on top of and not integrated into the whole sound itself. But let me know what you think in the comments, Buzz fam. I'm sure I'll get some heat for that one because I'm sure this is their favorite song or something. And I just...
And also, hey, stay tuned for next time for Casey's Theory in Music. where we break down.
I don't know nothing about music like that, Buzz fam. I just am an avid listener.
All right, y'all. Hey, we about to flip this though, and like we about to get, poisonous right now. Okay.
We back with some poison.
Got to drop that needle. All right. Cheers.
Office space over here.
Someone on the phone for you. Oh, fuck's sake. I'm trying to rock this fucking tune, man.
I can relate.
Boom, bap, original rap.
Bring it back.
It's that Jeep music, like that Jeep.
Yeah.
1993 music Drake. That's straight up B-boy.
Yeah. I want to hear Little Sims Venom over this.
That's who else you need to collab with. Yeah.
I got the poison. I got the remedy. I got the post-symptom rhythmical remedy. I got the poison. I got the remedy. I got the post-symptom rhythmical remedy. I got the poison. I got the remedy. I got the post-symptom rhythmical remedy. I got the poison. I got the remedy. I got the pressure. The pressure.
Yeah, dude. It's good.
Get a drummer, get wicked.
Yeah.
I got the remedy. I got the post-symptom rhythmical remedy. I got the poison. I got the remedy. I got the post-symptom rhythmical remedy. I got the poison. I got the remedy. I got the post-symptom rhythmical remedy. I got the poison. I got the remedy. I got the post-symptom rhythmical remedy.
Yo, somebody sampled this before.
Nah. Yeah, but of course, man. But like, you'll hear this. Public Enemy.
Yeah.
Trap, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk after this. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, dude. So this whole entire track right here, y'all. Public Enemy's album, the 1991, like the 91 Apocalypse, the Enemy Strikes Back or whatever. I think that's the name of the album.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, just like the cadence, I got the poison, I got the remedy. Like that reminds me of some Chuck D-ness.
Okay.
You know, yeah. So those of y'all that don't know, you know, Chuck D was a lead rapper out of Public Enemy. You know, but it just kind of just like took me back to the vibes right there, and like the whole track, you know, it feels like something that Terminator X, their producer, would make. Though, you know, it would just, you know, that.
Was it Inspector Deck that you showed me? That like I felt like he could have like. I'm trying to think if that was who it was.
Well, like the guy, you know, like the whole a bomb atomically,
yes,
Socrates' philosophies and hot, you know.
I feel like he could have eaten on this.
Yeah. So I think that Wu even, I think on RZA, like he made a beat off of the 36 Chambers that had those, that had that percussion that.
Yeah, that could be what I'm thinking of.
And then also this reminds me of like NWA, the Ghetto Boys. Dude, like you heard them type of rough neck type of beats, man.
But then I think even like that with like, especially at the end, there was like, wow, it gives me like with Down with the Sickness kind of like vibes too. Like where I feel like a lot of people are taking like little pieces of this.
And even that Down with the Sickness thing, I know that like before, like it came out on the Rock Tip though.
Yeah.
Public Enemy was saying stuff like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
so it all kind of like originated from like Public Enemy, and it kind of, I'm even on Ice Cube was doing that on his first, album, kind of,
And so, this one specifically, I feel like there's a lot of like influences that either they were taken from like hip hop and stuff at the same time, like in the 90s, and then people just kept using it and like kind of recycling like some of the elements of it into future music because it lives on through like lots of other music.
Yes, it does, man. This was like a dope, man. It was like, it's like one of those tracks, like I remember how, how Q-Tip from Tropical Quest would always be like, yo, booming in your booming in your booming in your Jeep. Oh yeah, it's just like, this was like back in the day Jeep type of track, and I remember like the early '90s, all kinds of rappers was like talking about Jeeps, hey man, play this in your Jeep, or like do this, man. It was always hey, like booming in your Jeep. So, it's like this was like one of those type of Jeep type of jams right here.
100% Bus Fam. All right, let's keep it rolling. Get off the soapbox over here.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so we going to No Good.
No Good.
Yeah, y'all. Hey, that soapbox is no good, y'all. So.
That soapbox is great.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Okay, let's go.
This is like a running track right here. We got a snap too. Yo, somebody's used this too. There ain't no way. I've heard that. Are we done this one? Nah, this is somebody else took this. This is my favorite. This is my favorite.
Those drum percussions are so sick.
Yeah, it is crisp. That shit hits so hard.
That bass,
Yo, this track cooks, bro. Yeah.
That bass,
Perfect. Yo. It ain't even close, Buzz Fam. It ain't even close right now. It's easily number one on this album.
At first, Breaking Enter was my favorite track off this album. until
right now.
No Good. Until No Good said it's no good.
Yeah.
Although it is good, though, you know. It is great.
Just in comparison.
But I mean, dude, okay, now with the percussions, like, do you hear like kind of like the whistling kind of stuff that was going on? Now, you know what that reminds me of? Phil Collins joint, you know, that Tonight joint. Tonight. I mean, like they had that, you know, kind of that, you know, kind of just like going on with the percussion. No, like I know it's not exactly like that, but I'm just saying it's just like they had kind of like those little kind of like whistly type elements, you know, with the percussion, and it just sounded so freaking dope, man.
I don't know,
and that bass was insane. That bass was like out of this world.
When that bass comes in, you're right, that it gets crazy. But like, I really like when that like synth organ comes in, and it's like, like, and it's got that like that pipe sound, right? And it just starts like hitting, right? And it's just so good. And then she comes on with like the chorus and like, I don't need a body. Yeah, it's like, you're no good for me. I kind of wish that they would have ended it with nothing, and she's just, you're no good for me, right? Like just cut the track and then like let her say that and then have it die. Like,
I like how they let it die right now.
Yeah,
though. You know, like as far as I'm cutting out for vocals and then just like let the track like ride out.
Right out.
I don't know. Like I mean, like gives me like I like to do kind of like specific things like that, cut and paste and make certain things do certain things.
I kind of wish they would have let it fade out, and then like as it ends, she just says that you're no good for me.
Or maybe it could have been like, you know, kind of like a you're no good for me. After that, like the beat comes back in. You know, for at least like, you know, like I'm 30-second, you know, do his thing and then like fade out maybe. I don't know.
Like no matter
like,
what,
all kinds of ways, like, though, you know. But it's like it is like the number one track so far.
It is. Yeah, that track, like, it was like, I don't think that there was a single thing that I didn't like about it. It was like perfect from start to finish, and
AC's music theory.
We back. Perfect.
Right. Yes. All right, John. So we about to get into One Love right now. All right.
One Love.
Yeah.
We about to double stamp or triple stamp?
Trying to get like the Marky Mark good vibration vibes.
Yeah. Good vibration.
Yeah.
They used a perfect organ.
I gotta figure out that organ though too, man, because I'm going to probably end up using it in the future.
Oh man, give me some like Steppenwolf fucking Magic Carpet Ride vibes too, like coming in, eating. Yo, I'm so glad that they put that one right after No Good, because like I was afraid that we were gonna have a huge step off, you know, because No Good was so good, like it was such a big step up.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh no, I don't want it to like to take a huge dip. But that was like, that one was on par. Like it just gave you so many different like vibes, like right, like I almost felt like I was in like the Middle East somewhere, like traveling on a train, just like going through town, right, and like you're seeing different elements of things that you've never seen before, right, and you're just kind of like cruising.
Yeah, man, just like out there in Bahrain, you know, and then like dipping through, you know, Dubai or just like something like that, or you know, or Qatar, whatever, you know,
or Saudi Arabia or something like. It was just super cool, like the same kind of vibe, or maybe even like pulling through India. Like it just gives you that kind of like you're seeing something new, right? And like, and you're kind of like just along for the ride. It's like when you get like one of those like movie scenes from like the 40s, like World War II kind of era, and people are on trains and like new things are passing them by, and everybody's like, "Oh, look at this thing!" And this, I've never had a song like encapsulate that and like give it to me like the way this song just did that. Like it almost took me like, because like part of it I was kind of thinking at the beginning, I was like, this could be part of a. Have you seen the movie or read the books Ready Player One? It's like a fictional kind of book about like the 80s and like an arcade vibe. It kind of gave me like I was in an arcade kind of vibe, but then it like transported me out of that into like what we were just talking about on the train and kind of stuff. And like you just get these elements and these like the feeling that you get from it. It's impressive.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, man.
All right, Bus Fam. We're gonna flip the disc.
3 kilos up in here.
Kilos. Got a kilo of Colombian Bam Bam.
Yeah, but also, hey, if y'all just tuning in, yo, check this out. Full uncut version is going to be on the Patreon, y'all. All right, so if y'all want to catch everything, every little bit of this, though, you know, without the song getting cut, you know, check out that Patreon, y'all.
Check out the Patreon, and we'll see y'all over there. Make sure to drop a comment over there so we know how many of you guys are like pulling up from.
Oh yeah, definitely.
From the YouTube channel.
Yeah, definitely.
We back, Bus Fam.
Yes, we are. With them 3 kilos.
Them 3 kilos of instrumental.
Okay.
Yo, you gonna start rapping?
This? Okay, this. Okay.
Oh man, I got like, this is giving me bars right now.
This is giving me kind of like, I don't know, man, kind of like the back in the day, kind of like the 60s, like the late 60s, you know, type of.
It was early December.
Yeah.
This song deserves a choreograph.
Yeah.
Like,
I know what this reminds me of now.
Yeah.
I know what it reminds me of now.
yeah. This reminds me of Anchorman. What is that from? I know it. It's like eating me alive right now.
up right there. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you this: the up tempo stuff, like how it started off, and then after the breakdown, you know, it went back to that right there. Okay, so that part right there reminded me of. All right, it was a joint off of Marvin Gaye's album, off the What's Going On album, and like I think it was called Right On, and like it was like. Okay, that song was all instrumental, and it had like the flute in there, and like it kind of had, you know, like it had the up tempo kind of vibes. It had, you know, like just like the piano playing up in there, you know, like a dope ass bass and everything like that too as well. And I remember, you know, I don't know, I'm kind of like gave me that feel. Like of course, like they created something new though, you know, but just kind of like gave me that feeling though, you know, of that joint right there.
I don't know if somebody after this used it. But somebody definitely used that dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Because I can almost like sing the song. The words just aren't coming to me for what it is. Like, but it is so familiar, and I don't think I've ever heard this song before. So like, it's got to be from something, and it's so catchy that like I could totally see them selling that.
Yeah.
Because it's just an instrumental on this thing, right? From like 94. So I can totally see them selling that to somebody and then like them using that for like their hook or something, or like speeding it up or slightly slowing it down or something, right? Like where it's slightly different than what it is now, or add a couple elements so it kind of like masks it. But like something I've heard, BuzzFam, you're gonna have to help us out. Drop a comment down below. What is the like what parts of this were used somewhere else?
Yeah. Let us know what's good.
Indeed. But what do we got? We got another instrumental.
Skyline.
Gotta
go check that out. Drop the Neo.
And then we're getting claustrophobic. Because it's getting tight in here. The one that came in. Reminds me of I know what I want. I think it is. Right at the edge.
That might be a transition. That might be a transition.
Yo, like that right there at the end. That
Yo, man, them congas, man, like they had me, man.
dude, yeah,
I love
like,
congas.
yeah,
I love
that
congas.
Came in. It reminded me of like that. Reminded me of two different things. Like, Nelly, I love you. Yeah, exactly. Like the dude version of that. Oh man. Yeah. And then the I know what I want. I want it now. They got that in the background of that one too.
Yeah.
I don't know who's better at making an instrumental than Prodigy. Probably nobody at this point because like that's crazy.
Yeah, man. Like the way they just construct, man, and like these drums are just so freaking crazy, man. Crazy.
And I like that they don't stick to like where they're from to like draw like elements and inspiration and sounds and like noise. Like they use like coastlines and like congas and like, right and like all these like different things that you wouldn't think, and then they bend the sound with whatever technology existed in '94, like in order to like bend it to their will in order to make it like fit how it should sound for like this thing, right? Like you get some like flute sounds or some like harmonica sounds.
Or like you get like that Leslie up on there, you get
you get the organ and the Leslie and like all this kind of stuff, and you get it to fit the way you want it to sound and not how it traditionally sounds, and it gets bent or like stretched.
Yep.
Right.
Exactly.
Sped up, like whatever, and like you get like a totally different element from it, and like with these instrumentals that they put on here, you can really see them like their ability to like kind of take that like take music and shape it in a way that a lot of people couldn't do. Not only could they not do it, but they definitely wouldn't think to do it.
Yeah.
Right. And like that's another like like musical genius in itself, right? Like the way you're taking sound and making it, like nobody thinks to do that, let alone could they do it if they thought to do it.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That's exactly it, man. It was, you know what? Yeah, I talk about this, with some of the cats that I work with, man, just like people or groups, that were before their time, during this time right here, I would say Sade was definitely one that was like before her time, like with her sound. Prodigy is like another group,
way before their time.
that it's just like way so, I mean, like it was just like before their time, it's just like nobody was putting instrumentals together like this, man.
They created a time.
Yes,
like what they did. Like,
yes, that's right.
It's just crazy.
Like, yeah.
All right, Buzz fam, we got one last one left.
Yeah, So, Claustrophobic,
we getting
Sting.
in tight spaces.
Yeah, tight spaces. Have to be Skylined like that. All right, y'all. We about to go ahead and get in.
They gave me a different kind of definition of Skyline over there.
Yeah.
Chucky vibes coming in here. Dr. Manhattan Project coming in here.
It's like you saying like don't do shit.
What?
It sounds like you saying I don't do shit.
You know, this one,
You know what? I'm gonna say this though. I love the track, but it's not a closer to me.
I agree with that. Because I was thinking this gave me like, because what I was gonna say, it gives me almost like some old school like 90s James Bond kind of vibes.
Yeah.
Where like I'm like in GoldenEye or like Facility or something, right? Like, and
I see. I mean, dude, do I know, man? I see this as track number 5. You know, after
like
Fool,
keeping it going, yeah.
Throttle, you know, or something like that. Though, you know, was I'm like, it's like a dope continuation track. You know, after like you get like hyped, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's just like you have this. Okay, now let's go write it out. You know, don't. You know
Honestly,
what I mean?
you know what I kind of think though,
Mm-hmm.
because we had No Good and we had One Love
Mm-hmm.
ending the last side, and then we had basically 3 instrumentals
Mm-hmm.
on this side. I think those 2 were the end, right?
Been,
and then
yeah.
you kind of get 3 instrumentals at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
And so like, and because I was just gonna say, the one after No Good, One Love should have been the end.
Yeah.
And when I look at the track list, it kind of is.
Kind of. They can answer Their Law, Full Throttle, Voodoo People,
Right.
Speedway, The Heat, Poison.
Right.
No Good. You know,
No Good, and then
like
you
Poison's no good.
yeah,
you know?
and then you go out on One Love.
Yeah.
And it was like what we said, right? Like where it wasn't a step down, it was just like a slope off, right?
Yeah.
And it kind of like runs its course.
Mm-hmm.
If it would have ended like that, if you would have put these instrumentals like sprinkled throughout,
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been better for like an album experience, like what we just did.
Yeah.
But if you just didn't have those,
Yeah.
like in the playlist
man.
when you were listening,
Yeah, man. And like I'm coming to think about it though, like I think like maybe, you know, the Claustrophobic Sting would have been good after Speedway, maybe, or something like that.
Yeah.
Probably though. You know what I mean? It's just like that would like those are like really good transitional pieces, I think, man.
Right.
You know, and they could have been plugged, you know, like one could have been like track number 4, one could have been track number freaking whatever, 6, you know, and you know what I mean? Yeah.
and I kind of like that. because this is our second Prodigy album now, right? We get the kind of opportunity a little bit to critique it more than we critiqued the Fat of the Land, right? Because when we listened to that one, we're so new to it that it's like everything is like kind of almost overwhelming. Like you're just getting so much like new, like it's all pretty much good, right? And it's like it's really difficult to critique like what many would consider like a 10 album, right?
Yeah.
When you've never even heard them. So it's like everything is like, whoa, this is amazing. Like it's like if you like only been eating like fast food your whole life and then you get dropped into Ruth Chris or something, right? And you're like, oh snap, it's like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But like your level of expectation or like relevance, right? Like it's very skewed. To like now we're like, okay, we've heard some Prodigy, we've listened to like some individual tracks and like reacted to them. We've done a whole album, and now you can kind of be like, okay, where do I place this? How what do I like about this one? What do I not like about that one? Right? Like when I had that one track, what was it? The Heart. I think it was. Or the Heat. Sorry. The Heat like was like had that one element in there that kind of like ruined it for me. Where like I don't know that I would have to go back and listen to the other Prodigy album that we did, like to see if there's anything like that in order to compare this one to that one, because I don't know, like I don't remember that one well enough. To be able to compare it to this one, like right off the rip, right? Like, because I'm like thinking back, and like there's definitely some songs on there that are like super amazing as well. And like, so Buzz fam, you're gonna have to let us know what you guys think, because a ton of people on the comment section of the last one were like, this isn't even their best album. You got to go check out Jilted Generation, right? And so it makes me feel like a lot of you all thought that this was the better album. Now, I'd be curious to see. I almost kind of want to drop a poll and just see which one of the
which
two.
Which one, are you bumping the most? Like, which one is like the album?
And I also am curious when you guys are commenting about which one you think is a better album. Is it like with like Kendrick albums, right? Where like you get like Damn or the newest one with Hey Now and all those.
Yep, like the GNX.
GNX, right? So, or like To Pimp a Butterfly, right? Personally, I think To Pimp a Butterfly is his best album, but I listen to Damn and GNX all the time, and I don't ever listen to that album. But when I listen to it for like what is like artwork, like worthy of like being like their like piece of art, like that they created, that their soundtrack, what they'll be remembered by. I think of that, To Pimp a Butterfly, right? But I don't think of To Pimp a Butterfly like I'm cruising to work and this is what I'm putting on, like like on a regular basis. Or I'm on the treadmill. I got millions. You got royalty. You got my DNA. And the same kind of thing, right? Like when I'm coming back to this, I'm like, I don't know, like maybe that one is better, but like I didn't get no good. On that one, right? Like there was nothing that took me like to that level. I don't, not that I recall.
Or breaking enter.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And so like for me, like replayability and what I'm gonna listen to more is probably off this album than off the other one. But that's not to say that the other one isn't still amazing, right? Like, and it could be like a better overall album. Like, so you're gonna have to let us know in the comments down below, Buzz fam. Again, if you want the uncut versions, go check them out on Patreon. That's where to do it. If you want to get some merch and help us out, help the channel keep growing, go hit up beersandbars.shop. It'll be linked down below as well.
That's right. And we'll see y'all in that next show. Peace.